All right, Homesteader family, welcome back to the journey and welcome to this edition of the Sunday Monday vlog. Of course, Chubbers is going to go over there and start eating, and the washing machine just went into the agitation stage. So that's the noise that you probably hear. I turned the AC off because somebody was saying that it was a little bit difficult with the echoing of the AC running when I do the Sunday Monday vlogs. But luckily, hoodie weather is around the corner and I won't have to run AC units. So it will be a lot quieter here than having three different ACs running. I have the other two running because it's still hot in here. So you still might hear a little echo from the snowball room. But cooler temperatures will be here soon. This past week, I didn't do a Sunday Monday vlog. I had a couple people ask if everything was okay, checked in on me. Everything's fine. It was just, I didn't do anything the previous week because of the hot temperatures. I didn't even mow the yard here. And there's nothing to really report and not really anything to cover. I mean, I could be like other channels and just cover the day-to-day news and inflation and da-da-da, but that's just not my forte because there's plenty of those channels out there, just like the How to Do It channels. There's plenty of videos out there. You don't need me to show you how to do something, and so I don't do that. I had questions about the tree. They never saw anything with the tree. Of course, now I got the little short videos up. I finally got the tree down here at the restaurant. My neighbor Todd and Becky came in from Illinois for the weekend, and Todd gave me a hand. He pulled the one rope for the one half, then pulled the rope for the other half, and then he went back over and did his thing with Becky, and I was able to clip up the trees, got them stacked up, chopped up, so that's all taken care of. I got my board over here to try to remember everything. I just woke up, by the way, so if I sound a little groggy, I just woke up like half hour ago. I laid on couch after talking to one of my subscribers, passed out on the couch, and just woke up. So, things coming up. Animal babies. I've got a bunch of goats that are starting to blow up like blimps. I've got some cows that have bellies on them. Unfortunately, still no camels. I wish Cleo would shrink or Caesar would get bigger, but it is what it is. Maybe down the line, well, no, probably not down the line. I'm not buying another camel, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. The tree got taken down. As you can see behind me, I rearranged the house again. This is the last time I'm rearranging the house. I'm not lying about it. I know it's like my fencing dance, I move fencing all over the place. And, but no, so this is the final. I decided to take move the food out of this area so you're not staring at rice and beans in all the videos, and do more like a studio look or something you can get used to. So of course, one of the paintings I got from my mom, Paul from Colorado that moved to Kansas, Dan and Linda, cross. I know I'm gonna get some people, they're like, so you say you're not religious. I'm not religious or believe in any of that because I'm alien. But a neighbor from Southside Cotopaxi, before I moved to the ranch, they made that for me and gave that to me as either a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. And then of course I have a bunch of other stuff that you guys have sent in, and I still have the coat rack somebody made for me, handmade for me out, I believe, in Washington. That's still in the shed. So when I build my house, I'm going to do a wall with all the different things that I get from the subscribers and, neighbors and stuff like that. And then, of course, my great-grandparents that I'm always talking about. My great-grandfather right there that always talked about change is 90% bad, 10% good. So that's the importance right there. Somebody that gave me that, my mom, my pa, and my great-grandparents. So, for the house rearrange, I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys this real quick, just so you can see what I did. Everything over here is still the same. I just swapped out blankets. That's why I have the washing machine running. Minnie Mouse is right here. Max, Chubbs, Mickey Mouse is in the other room. Minnie went through her heat cycle last Saturday or Sunday. So got dog fighting happen. So I just went ahead, spent $200 and got professional ones that are all felt fabric and everything for the dogs for future use. And of course, they came a day after the dogs were done. Minnie scent or whatever disappeared, hormones, whatever, and the dogs stopped fighting. So they did me no good right now. However, February will be here before you know it, and February is when the dogs are due for their new vaccines. Or not vaccines, but rabies shot. So that's going to be a big help when Doc Blair comes here. I don't have to worry about putting the dogs in a headlock so they don't bite the vet. I'll be able to do that. Then he's taken care of. But basically, I just rearranged. I brought all this stuff over here. Did a little makeshift countertop here. Then all my stuff in there that I can get in and rearrange. And then made a spot there for Steve. He can put all his stuff in there because he's got a bunch of storage stuff that he can't have in the shed and he wants to get off his trailer. And then, like I said, this. And then I made my little food area there. And that's that. So that's all the rearranging. I just made it, you know, a little more like a studio. Something you can get used to seeing. However, I'm thinking about getting a rocking chair. So, not sure if I'm gonna put money into a rocking chair or not. But I do want to get a rocking chair for the wood stove to do the fireside chats over there again. When I sold my house in Colorado, he wanted the rocking chair, so the rocking chair went with the house when I sold that to move to the ranch. So now that I moved the couch away from the stove and I got this big open space, I'm contemplating buying another rocking chair, but not sure if I'm going to do that or not. I might wait until I get over to the homestead and have the house built before I get the rocking chair. I'm not sure. This past week, the temperatures dipped for like 3-4 days. The first day I didn't get over to the homestead. I was lazy because I've been stuck here in the house and I'm just sleeping and I didn't get out and do nothing. But the next 3 days I did get over to the homestead. I did some brush clearing with the weed eater, clearing all the brush along the fence, getting that prepped. I've changed my idea now on what I'm going to do at the homestead. Been talking with Steve. And he was talking about time versus money. He'd rather spend time than money due to the fact he's got less money than what I have coming in. However, because of everything I want to do and where I want to take everything, it's a 50-50 thing. It's if you save money by spending your own time, then you're wasting your time in a way, and things don't happen as soon. Hey Chris, how are you? Hey Johnny, fall is coming soon, but not soon enough. It's been 100 degrees for months now. Oh yeah, it was I think like 96 or something here today. So with the heat index, I know one of my boomers always tells me heat index doesn't matter. Whatever the real temperature is real temperature. But it said 101 again. So we were triple digits again. So I feel you on that. However, this past week we had 4 days. We dipped down and we got a high of like 82, 84 during the day. And the one night we got down to 54. 2 nights we got down into the 50s. And then the one night we were down to 61. So I was able to get over Homestead, get some work done. Had 3 mornings. I got to wear a hoodie only lasted for an hour, but chilly enough with the dew and the moisture in the air to be able to go to Homestead with a hoodie on. The nice part too is the humidity is starting to die down. We've been down to 33% humidity the one day, 40 something for like 2 or 3 days, and then today was 51. But the heat's ramped up, so humidity's ramped up again. But now what I'm thinking about, because of Steve, and like I was saying, my time, if I spend my time, I save money. If I save money, I got money for more projects on the homestead. However, if you take a pair of scissors to cut a lawn versus using a lawnmower, you can save a lot of money using the scissors because it doesn't cost nothing to run. It's just your time. A lawnmower, whether you have battery powered one like I do, that you got charged the batteries that cost money, or gas that costs money, then you can get the lawn done a lot quicker, but it costs you money. So I'm thinking, instead of having forestry mulching, I don't really want to do it because it's going to be a lot of work that I'll have to do, but it will save me, $1,500 a day not to have forestry mulching. So $1,500 going towards another project is huge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Sawzall like I started way back when I first moved here, because using a chainsaw at ground level doesn't work out here with all the rocks and grit inside of the bottom of the tree trunks. But the smaller trees, 5-6 inches and smaller, I'll use that. I'm gonna keep any trees that are bigger than, say, 6 inches. Then that gets rid of all the thick stuff. I'll be able to cut it at ground level with the brush cutter that I have on the Sawzall. Go through with the weed eater with the plastic blades to knock down whatever I can knock down. And then next year I think I'm going to save up and get a mower. And then I'll be able to mow throughout the woods whatever grows up. And by getting all the woody stuff down and taking down at ground level, I don't have to worry about knocking out the blades on stumps and things like that. And then next year, I might start the house. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do right now. It's going to be either the house or the barn. And I've got to decide, because coming up, rest of this year, I'm making some big changes. And but next year, whether I start the barn or the house, I'm going to be going through and getting rocks, because I'm doing the gabion basket walls for the barn, and I'm going to do gabion basket style for the house. The house is going to be thicker walls than the barn. The barn I don't need as thick as the house. I'm still going to do probably like 2 feet thick for the barn, but I'm not doing the insulation for the barn. Because with the rock transfer and the animals, they don't need an insulated barn out here. It's not like Colorado. We're not minus 54 degrees. And then summertime, the rocks 2 foot thick is going to be a lot cooler than anything else they have out here right now to start with. And they can always walk out of the barn and do whatever. But my goal right now is September, it's going to be hot. I already know that. Been here 3 years. September's hot. Into October is hot. That's just what it is. Ticks are still out. Bugs are dying down though. With this cold front that came through, the flies aren't as bad. All the other bugs are starting to disappear. And now all the spiders are coming out. I'm walking into so many cobwebs now. Don't like that. It is what it is. Go out the front door, cobweb. Go out the back door here, cobweb. So it's spider season. It's getting ready to be change of season. The spiders came out, catch the last little bit, and they go in their hibernation. But I'm looking at October. I'm going to try to stretch the rest of the fence that I already have up for the new pen. I should have all that done by the 1st of November. And then October and November, I'm going to dig and do all the poles, concrete in the poles to split the pen in half, like I talked about, because I'm not going to be able to afford to do the whole big pen I wanted to do. So I'm hoping by the end of November, I'll be able to buy rest of the fencing material in October, because I wasn't able to buy it this month. I should be able to buy it next month. If not, I can buy it in November. And then I'll be able to have the pen done by the end of November. Get the animals in there sometime in November or December 1st. That's my goal. We'll see how that comes to fruition. But if we have some cool days or cool mornings, right now we're still 70s, automatically at night. So first thing in the morning, it's still hot. I've also learned anything over 70 degrees, I'm sweating while I'm out there working. So preferably anywhere from 30 to 70 degrees is my comfort zone working outside. And no rain. We know I don't like working in the rain. I know I could get a lot more done. I could be out there. I watch people every day when I drive back and forth to feed the animals at the homestead, out there working and sweating and everything else. Younger people, older people, people my age, I just don't do it. I could kill myself by doing that, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work in comfort. That's just my thing. But that's my goal, is get the animals in the pen by December 1st at the latest, and then I'm going to use money in December, November, and December, because November I'm not going to use all my money. And if I can afford to get it all in October, then I'll have plenty of money in November. But I'm looking at December, I'll have enough money to come up with $2,000 for the first dozer and excavation work. So that's where I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. So I've talked to Steve. I haven't talked to him since. But we were talking about getting today's Homesteader Lane done, so that way it's not bumpy, bouncing over stumps. However, I'm thinking I don't want to do today's Homesteader Lane now. So it'd be nicer for him, be nice for me. But I've got Purdom Lane. So he doesn't want to go through all the gates. So he can drive down today's Homesteader Lane. He doesn't like going through gates because this year he's already let Love Bug out. And that took a bit of running around Purdom Lane and through the homestead, chasing my bull down and getting my bull back in the yard. So that's another reason why I cut today's Homesteader Lane, make it easier for him. And then liability, I don't have the chance of losing my animals because I can go through gates and don't have to worry about that. But I'm not sure if I want to spend the time when I order the dozer and excavator. I'm not going to do it. I'm hiring somebody to do it. They've already come out, like I said, and looked at the homestead. They said they can do all the work. They live right down the street from me. So that's super easy, super simple. But I'm thinking about, do I do the barn first and have him clear and make the pad for the barn and build the barn for the animals? However, where the barn is going to go is at the end of the big pen I wanted to do. So the barn's going to be here. This would be end of the pen. This is the halfway point of the pen, or a third of the way of the pen, where I have to stop for this year for December. So from here to here is the new pen, and then this is the old pen, and the barn would be here. So if I start building the barn, it's going to take time to build the barn, no doubt. And it's going to take money to build the barn. And then I would have to have money on top of that to build the other half of the pen. And then the back side of the pen to go around the other side of the barn. So I don't know if I want to focus on working on the barn, even though I really want to have the barn done for the animals so they have more than just tarps to go under. But I'm thinking I might just spend another $600-700 and go buy another 3 or 4 of the big trucker tarps and just make several more tarp shelters for now, and have him use that $2,000 to build the road up to the house site, and have him do the house site. So if I had the house site done in December, then what I'm thinking is January, February, March, April next year, every month I can buy 5 or 6 of the panels and slowly start working on the house, because the house build is going to probably be a year to 2 years when I have all the money. Now, depending on when Colorado sells, when I get the money from that, is, how quick I can get started on the house. But I know I should have the money by December. So if I get him to do the house site in December, then I know my money every month, as long as I'm not going out and I haven't gone like to Colton Steakhouse. I've had people asking, when's the last time I've been there? Do I still do that? No, I haven't. The reason why, I'm trying not to spend money. I haven't ate at Colton's in about a month and a half now. I haven't really ate at any restaurant in about a month and a half now. I have once or twice since I still go to Harrison for my groceries. I've stopped at like Little Caesars to get a pizza. Or, they used to be $5. Now they're $8 and some change, or $9 with tax. Or stop and grab a sub or something like that. But I'm not dining out where I'm spending a whole bunch of money. Because like I said, with my finances, I'm trying to keep my credit cards paid down, trying to get out debt, got the mortgages to keep paying. The debt consolidation with J.G. Wentworth, I'm still paying till next December. So next December will be a big, big change, because hopefully by next December 2024, the ranch should be settled. I'll have my money paid off from that. J.G. Wentworth, my settlement will finally be done after 3.5 years of that. So then that's an extra $336 a month that's not going out the door. And with the ranch being settled, I'm not sure if I'm going to pay off all my mortgages or not. If I do, then I'm back to scraping by, because I have no nest egg to build my house, do renovations here, etc. So I'm not sure how 2024 is going to be. Come December, when I do end of year and new year, new goal in January, then I'll have more foresight, because a few more months from now, I'll see the direction of how everything's going. But besides that, the hot weather's coming back this week. We're looking at another 10 days from the forecast right now on my phone. So no more work's going to get done at Homestead right now. I got the yard mowed today, so I don't have to worry about that. And then this week, even though it's hot, I got to get out to the Marshall house. I got to get that yard mowed, because I haven't been out there to get that done. And then I got to pick up flea and tick medicine for the dogs, because as the cooler weather happens, took the dogs over to Homestead, started getting them some exercise again. And they're going to need the flea and tick medicine, because like I said, we have ticks here year round. So that is my thoughts, what my accomplishments were for this past 2 weeks, even though there's not many accomplishments. I do have a visitor coming, one of my boomers from Massachusetts that's looking at retiring here in Arkansas. He's coming out in October, so I get to meet one of my subscribers that I've never met, only through chats, phone conversations, text messages, things like that. So he's looking at coming out here for like almost a month. He's got a truck camper that goes in the bed of his truck. So I don't know, he's either going to be here next to the building plugged in, or he might go over to Homestead. I'm not sure. So it's going to be cool to meet another subscriber, possibly another really good friend to have close by. Now that Steve's moved here, I've got one friend here that I've known. And then this subscriber, we talk a lot on the phone and everything else. Of course, big age difference. He's almost 60, where I'm not 60. But as everybody knows, I always hang out with boomers and older people. Steve's in his 40s. I'm only 36. So my generation and younger, they just normally don't have their head where they need to have their head. They don't have their finances even though I'm not financially fit right now, I at least have some stuff. You know, I own some properties, not in my parents' basement. I'm able to pay my bills even though I got credit card debt, debt consolidation, stuff like that. But you look at younger generations, a lot of them financially, they don't have nothing. Everybody's renting. You know, they pay $1,800 a month in rent when you could have a house for less payment. So it's just, you know, it's the times. It's how people are. It's like I said, I wish I grew up long time ago, but can't change that. So with that, I don't have anything else for you guys. So I hope everybody has a great upcoming week. I hope the weather gets cooler for you. I know different places around the world is finally getting cooler. It will be here, but we're still probably about a month and a half out. When that happens, I'll have a lot more content, a lot more videos, because I'll be able to get back to homestead. I'll be able to film what I was talking about, how I'm going to do the land clearing on the homestead without the forestry mulching now. And I'm also, one last thing is not Purdom Lane, Gregory Lane. I'm doing the 3-tier fence, the brush, the fence, the electric fence, to keep dogs out, people out, my animals in, my dogs in. Now that I'm doing the brush clearing outside the fence, from the fence to Gregory Lane, I've started realizing, and Steve's realizing, with how the canopy, you know, he cleared trees on his property and thought he was going to have plenty of sunshine coming through for solar, and the canopy just grows right back over. So then the property's all shaded again, and then you got to get rid of more trees. But you get rid of more trees, then the heat comes through and makes things worse. So one of the big things everybody knows is I want flower gardens and honeybees along with the gardens and the orchards. Well, I'm thinking, since Gregory Lane is what I use going down to today's Homesteader Lane, and eventually when I live on the homestead, today's Homesteader Lane will be my driveway going to Purdom Lane, then up my road to my house. And I don't want to clear more trees than I have to, because Arkansas's got thick vegetation. What I'm thinking about now is from my grain bin up front where my mailbox is, going all the way down Gregory Lane to today's Homesteader Lane. From the road over to the brush pile and the fencing, I'm going to clear everything close to the ground, and then I've got to do my research now. This is project I'm going to have to research is on the different flower seeds and how to do the flower garden extensively, because it's going to be like, I don't know, 1,500 feet is the length, possibly. I'm not that good with measurements and guessing distances. Wasn't good with that in the military. I could never get the knack for it. But I want to do all flowers, because there's going to be very limited trees along Gregory Lane. I've already cleared most of the small trees, but I did leave the big trees. But if I clear all the way down to the ground, all the way from today's Homesteader Lane out to Moscow Love Road, then I want to do the flower garden there, because then you got Gregory Lane, which has no trees because it's a road. And then, of course, there's trees on the other side of Gregory Lane. But from this edge of the road to my fence line, there's all that sunlight. So with all that sunlight, that would be perfect to do the flower garden there. And then the benefit and the cool part would be, every time I'm coming home and every time I have to go to town, I drive by all the flowers. So springtime, summertime, and early autumn, when you're driving by all those flowers, you have all that sweet smell. I think that would be awesome. And then have all the, you know, just all that color coming home and leaving home to just, you know, 1,500 feet of flowers. So I think that would be the perfect place, because I don't have to clear more woods which, as everybody knows, I like my trees, so I don't like clearing trees if I don't have to clear trees. That gives me less work to do as well, lazy homesteader. And then that's 1,500 feet of flowers, which would be awesome for when I get the beehives. The bees would have plenty of flowers there, and then of course we got plenty of wildflowers, as I've shown throughout the years here, all the pictures I take of all the different flowers and things like that across the homestead. So that's another big project I'm looking at for next year. Like I said, come New Year, new goal in January, I'll have all my new ideas, and December I'll cover what I had planned for this year and all the setbacks and changes of this year, and where we go going forward, where the journey twists and turns and takes its bends. We'll go from there. So with that, I hope everybody has a great upcoming week. And as always, remember, live happy, live free. That's the only way to be. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.